It's like super nice. Okay, y'all. So Amanda is going to be talking with us today, sharing her story and just giving us some of her tips and like what works for her in the business. She's a diamond leader, and I'm just so thankful that she's able to take the time out of her day to get onto this Zoom. So make sure you blow up the chat, and if you have any questions, put them in the chat for her. So you can go ahead and unmute yourself and you can go ahead and talk.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for having me on. My name is Amanda Krukoski. I have been in this business for 3.5 years. And before this, I actually was in the Marines. And long story short, it did not work out. I ended up, kind of joined too young, ended up plopped back in the real world, trying to figure out what the heck I was going to do with my life again. And so I tried all kinds of different jobs. I did food service, retail. I ended up in the medical field for about 5 years. And then, I didn't have any certifications because I had come from the Marines. So you guys know, if you don't have like some sort of certification or degree or whatever, there's only so much money you can make in the medical field. And so I knew I needed a solution. But I wasn't really sure what that was going to be. I had no idea about any of this. I had never done any business before. I know there's so many of you out there that have done this business, that business, the other business. Like I have not done that. This was my first one. And so, I was cleaning houses part-time to try to bring in extra income. And for me, like, to be honest, it was kind of degrading, I guess you could say, because, I had come from being in the Marines and like now I'm out here cleaning toilets. Like that wasn't ideal. Right. So, my friend, she ended up asking me about the business and I didn't really understand what she was asking me to do. She told me that one of my posts blew up and I'm like, all right, cool. What does that mean? Like, I really didn't understand. And she had to ask me a second time. How many of you, drop a 1 in the comments if you said no the first time you were asked, or maybe even the second time or third time or whatever? All right, some of you. Well, I said no the first time, and let me tell you, I'm so glad that I said yes the second time I was asked. There's all the ones. Okay. I'm not a type of person to do anything halfway. When I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to go all in and do it. And so within 5 months, I actually went diamond. I doubled my income. I earned a $10,000 bonus. And I surpassed my husband's income. So he was like, okay, I guess this is real, and I ended up working really hard to pay off debt. We paid off all of our credit card debt. We paid off all of our medical debt, which was really huge because we had really crappy insurance when my daughter was born. So we ended up with like $11,000 in medical debt just from like her being in the nursery and all this crazy stuff. So we paid off all of that, which we never would have been able to do if we didn't have an extra income coming in. And, just able to have a lot more freedom. And so I don't know if you have anything that you want to add or anything, but I do have some tips for you guys. Do you want me to just go right into that, or you want to say anything? Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to share some things with you guys and hopefully it helps you. I really just wanted to go through kind of some things that I do on the daily, and drop a 2 in the comments if you consider yourself a high achiever. If you have like kind of that high achieving mindset where maybe you feel a little bit burnt out because you don't know when to quit. That is totally me. Not saying that you guys need to quit. I'm just saying, like, I could sit here because I'm a stay-at-home mom now, right? I walked away from both of my jobs. And I just kind of don't have an off switch. So for the longest time, I was finding myself, well, I'm a stay-at-home mom, so that means I have to work all day, right? Like, why wouldn't I be working all day? I say I want to go triple. I say I want to go prez. Why would I not like be working all day? And that's something that I had to kind of like adjust because I found myself in severe burnout. And so I really had to learn to be intentional and know what my tasks were. Because for me, I do have a tendency to get sidetracked. If you guys know anything about the color personality, I am a yellow, red, blue, green. So I have my moments where I'm yellow. I have my moments where I'm red. Kind of depends on like what side of the bed I wake up on. If you're that color personality, you probably know what I'm saying. But I also have a tendency to be blue. So I can be, kind of all over the place. I can definitely be a squirrel. And, I'm a mom, so I feel like that's natural for moms as well, But if you know exactly what your daily non-negotiables are and you know what tasks you're supposed to be doing, that's really the most important thing, because when you do have that downtime, you can sit there and do exactly what you're supposed to do. You should know every time you pick up your phone what you're doing. There should never be a time when you're picking up your phone just to, oh, let me see what I need to do today. Like, you need to know the moment that you pick up your phone exactly what tasks you're going to be doing. Okay, so I have 15 or 20 minutes, or 30 minutes or whatever it is, depending on your schedule. And I'm going to sit down and send out host to post messages, or I'm going to sit down and interact. For me, my biggest thing right now is focusing on host to post. So I am non-negotiable getting up 5 host to post every single day. And I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but you know what? When you're doing that every single day, sometimes it's like a struggle bus trying to get those 5 up. And really what it comes down to is starting early, not waiting until midday or in the evening or whatever, to try to start getting those host posts up. Because, if you wait too late, then people aren't answering you. And then maybe you'll get some responses the next day. But ideally, you want to start early in the day, really trying to get those host to post up. So that's been a huge thing for me. And also knowing what I am working towards. So basically setting a goal and doing whatever it takes to get to that goal. So in January, I earned a $4,000 bonus. And basically what I did was I printed out the trackers and I said, okay, non-negotiable, this is what I need to do. And I did whatever work it took, whatever phone calls, whatever messages, whatever live videos, whatever TikToks, whatever it took to get to that goal. And I did it. I actually did it within 30 days. And I was so freaking proud of myself because if you guys remember the Christmas cash bonuses last year, I didn't earn any of those. And I was so mad at myself. I felt that, I was so much better than that. I've always considered myself, like I said, a high achiever, a high enroller. And so for me to not earn those Christmas cash bonuses, like my red came out, I got real pissed off. I was like, this is not okay. I know that I've done, more enrollment wise than what it takes to get these bonuses. And so I made a decision, and I know you guys probably get sick of hearing that. I know for the longest time I got sick of hearing that. Well, what does that mean? Making a decision. And really it's a mindset. It's all up here. You have to tell yourself that you're not going to let yourself off the hook. You're not going to say, I'm going to do the work tomorrow. And so it really is just simply making a decision in your mind that you're going to make it happen. So the other thing that I wanted to share was that if you do tend to get squirrel or distracted, okay, for those people that are stay-at-home moms, what I always do is if I'm sitting there working on tasks and I find myself starting to get distracted or do something that's not what I'm supposed to do, I get up and I go do something else. So I change my scenery. I go maybe I go throw in a little laundry, or I do some dishes, or I go run an errand. And then, because that way I'm getting outside, I'm getting some vitamin D, I'm kind of like resetting myself, right? And then I come back and I do some more work. And that's been really effective for me. So I'm not like forcing myself to do everything, within like hours and hours, an hour, like multiple hour time frame. I'm breaking it up and I'm still getting other stuff done in my life. Okay. So let's see, what platforms do I use? I'm on everything. I have obviously Facebook, I have Instagram, I have TikTok. I do have Twitter. Okay. But hear me out. I literally have it so that I can make those quotes. If you look on my Instagram, I have like the white square pictures, whatever, with the quote on it. And it looks good when you make them on Twitter. Like you just tweet it and then you crop it, put it on a white background, and it looks nice. So that's pretty much all I use Twitter for. With TikTok, and that's actually something that I wanted to touch on, was I have almost 12,000 followers on TikTok, which I realize it's not like a lot in the grand scheme of things, but you know, it's gotten me distributors, it's gotten me customers. I've gotten, you know, different followers, and I'm able to take my TikTok videos and repurpose them for Facebook and for Instagram. And that's something I really wanted to share with you guys was Reels. So I kind of was so like irritated with Facebook Reels for a while because everybody was saying that they were blowing up and that they're getting all these people and whatever. And I had actually signed people from Facebook Reels, but really it really wasn't like blowing up like everybody was saying. Well, I kept at it. Okay. And as of last night, was it last night? I think it was last night. It was like 20 some thousand views. This morning, it's at 132,000 views. And I'm like, holy crap. And I've gotten all these new followers. So obviously I'm getting more traction to my page, and like that should ultimately be the goal, right? To get the most people looking at our stuff. And with Instagram, insights are life. Okay. Like seriously, if you're not posting reels with insights, you're posting for nothing. Like just being real. You got to look at your insights. So on Instagram, if you have your Instagram set up as like a creator account, you'll have insights. And so you can go to your followers. If you hit insights and then hit total followers, and then scroll down to most active times, you're going to have to probably change the day. For some reason, it always puts it on like the wrong day. So you got to make sure it's on the right day, and then tap the little graph, whatever, at the bottom, and it'll show you your most active time. So like for me today, my most active time is 6 p.m. So I'm going to set a reminder in my phone to post a reel, but I'm also going to set a couple of reminders prior to that so that I can get my video ready. And the way that I do that is by using something called Snaptik. It's just a website. It's Snaptik. And you just copy your, your TikTok link, like the TikTok you've already made. You copy the link for that video, and you're going to paste it into the website. And when you download the video from there, it's going to remove the watermark, and you have to do that. If you don't, I guess they're like in competition kind of. So if it has a TikTok watermark on it, they're not going to push that out. So you can upload it, using your insights without the watermark. That's the big thing. I know I saw a question. Hold on. How many TikToks per day, and what times during the day works best for you? What TikToks works best for you? Okay, so for me, honestly, so the biggest thing, you guys, is just getting out there and doing it. Like you have to just be consistent with, even if you're posting one video a day. That's how it started for me, was posting, 1, 2, 3, whatever TikToks a day. Like I didn't know what the heck I was doing. At first I was kind of trying to do what other people were doing, but then I realized, like, if I just stick to what I like and what I know, like, and just keep doing that, then that can still work, So for me, like, I like to have a good time. I like to have fun. If you see my TikTok, like you'll see I hang out with my girlfriends all the time. And so I have like stuff by the pool and, whatever. And then I do a lot of like voiceovers. So for me, like, that's just something that I tend to be good at. I set the little timer and I just do the voiceover for the funny little quotes about marriage or about being a mom or whatever, because it's relatable to people, but it's also like funny to me, and so that's what I've just been doing. And not all of my videos blow up, but I'm consistently getting followers, and that's the most important thing. So at one point I was doing 5 to 10 videos a day. And I know that sounds really crazy, but the best thing you can do for yourself is to batch your content. So on the days that you are feeling motivated or you are feeling good, okay, this applies to any area of your business. When you're feeling good, you're feeling motivated, maybe you actually put your face on, for once, whatever, go make like 15, 20 TikToks, save them in your drafts. Now you have, several days worth of TikToks, right? Or, when it comes to taking pictures, I know so many people are like, I don't want to take pictures because I don't feel cute, whatever. Like, first of all, you shouldn't be worried about that because people want to see you in your natural form anyway, right? Like I post pictures all the time without makeup. Like you got to work on that confidence, right? And then you won't care. But anyway, I hope that answers your question. So I don't know how long you want me to go, but does anybody else have any other questions?
Yeah, you're doing great. All that was very useful and important information. Sorry, I'm like trying to do this and handle my toddler. He's going crazy out here. Yeah, if anyone has any more questions, put it in the chat. If not, that's pretty much all I really wanted you to pop on here for and share your story and all that. Where are you from?
So I'm originally from Florida. I was born and raised in Brevard County. It's the central east coast of Florida. And I moved to North Carolina, Eastern North Carolina, and it's called Winterville, if you've ever heard of it. It's a little bitty town next to Greenville. So I'm about like 9 or 10 hours away from home now. But we really wanted more land. We really wanted a bigger house, and we were able to pay off a bunch of debt and put down 20% so that we could get a bigger house and more land. So it's been really awesome. Nice. Okay, so daily non-negotiables every day. So I actually have this thing that one of our triple diamonds created for us. And so the 5 host to post every day is what we're doing right now, non-negotiable. Personal development, you're going to hear everybody in the company harp on that till we're blue in the face. 10 to 15 minutes of personal development every single day. But, don't just do it to check a box, like really be intentional with your personal development. So really speaking towards, what quote unquote issues you have, if you struggle with confidence or you struggle with staying disciplined or time management, there are podcasts out there for that. I promise you. Ed Milet is my number 1 favorite. I also really love Lori Harder, Eric Thomas. I could go on and on. I have a bunch of favorites, but documenting my journey is really huge with the products and the business. For me, I mainly focus on host to post for customers, and everything else is pretty much distributor focused. So like my videos, my posts, all of that is pretty much more distributor focused. And then following up, I follow up every day. A lot of people say, wait till Friday for follow-ups. So I follow up with people every single day, customers, distributors. They haven't done a host to post for me. I'm going to, and they said that they would do it. Don't be afraid to check back and ask like, hey, did you get my message? Or, hey, did you still want an entry into my giveaway? Like, what are they going to say? No, or maybe they'll block you. All right, cool. Then move on. It's just part of what we do. I still get blocked. I still get unfriended. I still get nasty messages sometimes. It is what it is. It's how bad you want it, having at least one new potential distributor conversation every day. Typically I have like, 2 or 3 new potentials every day, but minimum 1 should be non-negotiable for you. And then utilizing video every single day in some form, whether it's posting a TikTok, posting a Facebook reel, Instagram reel, whatever. So those are pretty much it. And then, let's see, I know there was other questions here. So monthly enrollments, this month I have 8 customers and 1 distributor so far. But last month I had like 20 customers and like 3 distributors. So it definitely depends from month to month. but I've definitely always been more customer heavy. And I'm trying to change that because ultimately, recruiting is where it's at, especially with this, 4-1, like we have the ability to earn just stupid money with these bonuses. You know what I mean? Last month, just in fast starts alone, I earned like almost it's like $1,150 just in bonuses. You know what I mean? That's not including sample cash, commission, any of that. So recruiting is super, super important. Let's see what host to post. I'm using a gummy host to post, which let me see. And this is literally the only host to post I use. I don't use anything else because ultimately, our goal is not to sign 1 bottle of gummies or 2 bottles of gummies. Like people aren't going to see the results that they want with that. We all know that, right? Like you probably can use or lose like inches, but when people want to lose, 50, 60 pounds, like if you're selling them 1 bottle of gummies, you're doing them a disservice. So your best bet is to really ask how much weight they want to lose in 90 days. And then kind of like start bigger. And if they end up, they just want to get 1 or 2 bottles of gummies, well, I always let them know, hey, we can do that. But just so you know, your results are, they can still come, but they're going to be slower, so we just have to make sure that we communicate. So it is the one that's, if you could chew 2 to 4 delicious gummies per day and lose up to 30 pounds in 90 days, specifically targeting your tummy, would you try it? I need 5 volunteers. You will get the product at my discount. I stopped using at my cost because everybody thinks that it's free and it irritates me. So we changed it to discount, and I have gotten less messages about whether or not it's free. So, and I do use the same photo over and over again. So I hope that helps. Have you been to conferences? Yes, I've been to lots of events. I've been to conferences. I've been to green carpet events. I've been to try-its, you name it, especially where are my yellows? Drop a 3 in the comments. Where are my yellows? If you are a yellow, hi Shelly, I see you waving at me. If you're a yellow or even a blue, we love to be in the fire. We love that external motivation. So the more that you can get around other people that are doing the same thing that you're doing, and excited about the same thing, like the better. Even if that just means that you get together with people on your team to have coffee and you take pictures together. I used to do that all the time when I lived in Florida. And now I'm building a local team here, and I've started to do that here. So just getting around other people is so important. And then you really get to, when you hear other people's stories, and you find like a story that you connect with, that's really huge too. So that can happen at events. Getting to meet people, take pictures, all of that's 100% worth it. I know sometimes in the moment, like when I first started, I didn't have money for events. I did not have money for events, but my leaders were like, you got to do this, so just really trust in your leaders when they say it's important, because I promise you it's really important. When I went to my first conference, I went as a new Ruby, and then 90 days later, I think it was 90 days later, I went diamond. So there you go. We do personal development. Oh gosh, well, like I said, I could go on for days about that, but my favorite is Ed Milet. I really think it's important to listen to what you need. Don't just do it to check a box. The way that I do it is like, I listen until I get my nugget, until I get something that I'm like, ooh, that's good. I can implement that, so that's like my biggest thing. Yes, don't be afraid to upsell. Absolutely. Favorite product. What are your favorite products when they want faster results? 14 Easy, 100%. I can send the host to post that I use to Rachel. so you guys can have exactly like the wording and the picture that I use. Didn't even think of that. There. Okay, so I sent that to her so you guys can get that from her. As far as the favorite products, like I said, 14 Easy. I lost 13 pounds in 30 days on 14 Easy, which like, as I've gotten older, quote unquote, I'm 32, you guys, but I have 2 kids. And as I've gotten older, it's been harder. Like, don't after you pass 30, like it's freaking hard. Okay. Shelly's giving me the evil eye right now, like, girl, but it's harder once you get older. So, the tropical fruit smoothies where it's at, y'all that like chocolate berry, I can't do it. Let's see. What messages work best for you when you are sending them out in the morning? Okay, yes, I do have that also. Are you talking about, like, I guess you're talking about post to post messages? So we use boards, and it's so nifty. So now I don't know if you guys do a giveaway or not. So if you don't, like, just take that part out, or you can change it. But I just sent that to her as well. I think it's really important to say, no, it's not a scam. It's really me, because so many people are getting scammed. I mean, I've gotten a ton of spam messages, not just on Facebook, but on Instagram too. It's crazy. So I just sent that to her. So you guys will have all of this, okay? So anybody have any more questions? So I guess I'll just close out with this. If you feel like you've kind of been on like that never ending cycle of, losing people, gaining people, like the over and over losing rank, re-ranking, all of that, just know that it can get better. My word for the year is relentless, because I consider myself to be very resilient. I've gone through so many ups and downs in my business. I've lost, almost my whole team and gotten it back. So all three leaders above me, in between myself and Ashley Mayfield, all 3 of them are gone. They all quit. They got, whatever. Anyway, they're all gone. So it's just me. And so I've been through it when it comes to, having to like kind of figure things out on my own. And then, thankfully Ashley is amazing. And she's got great leadership, but like, I've been through it. Okay. And I don't know if Rachel was on the Zoom that I talked about it. Maybe she was, but my mom just had breast cancer for the 2nd time. And she went through chemo, lost all her hair. And it's like an aggressive kind of cancer. So like they had to make sure they got everything out. She's going through reconstruction right now. So, I know a lot of people are like, oh, I have life happening. Well, we all have life happening. Like, and I know that might sound insensitive, but it's not. Like, we all really do. And it's the way that you deal with it. Are you using your pain for purpose? Like, are you talking about how, hey, I'm struggling, but I'm still out here earning bonuses. Like, I'm still out here helping my team because, I know that I want to make this work. And just so you guys know, she's doing pretty good. So keep her in your prayers. It's definitely been stressful, as you can tell. I can't really talk about it because it's a lot, but she's doing better. So anyways, but if you feel like you're, in that cycle of, I can't get ahead, like you got to get out of your head, you just have to do the work Don't stop doing the work. Don't do the stop start stuff. You just got to keep going. And I promise you the seeds that you're planting will be harvested. Just got to be patient and don't give up, because you'll never get there if you give up. So we'll have to see it. I think that's all I got.
Perfect. Thank you so much for hopping on here. You did great. And I will send all those messages that you sent me to my team. So we appreciate that. But I think that's all. Thank you again.
Do you mind if I get a picture really quick with you guys?